new technology. It's virtual reality. Here we are. I tell you, Emily, that basically the problem that people have is people say to me, oh, you should do this, you should do that, you should do stand-up comedy. If I did that, no one would ever take me seriously ever again.
But they would, you'd actually become fun.
No, there is no greater tragedy in the world than to be known as somebody who does comedy. Because when you do comedy, you can do nothing else but comedy. And then everybody, no matter what you write, you might write the profoundest thing on earth, you might write Proust Mark II, you might write, Nobel Prize winning stuff, and they just say, oh, it needs more jokes. I only have a mask of scholarship, I only have a mask of dryness. I'm really a very frivolous person.
But I guess maybe you could have two faces. You could have, that appeal, for the other audience, and then the appeal for Australian...
No, I think the important thing is just not to take it too seriously.
Seriously.
Nothing I ever do I take very seriously because, things come and go, art comes and goes, there's good things and bad things. You can't get too hung up on it.
But it's so funny. It is so funny what you're doing right now.
Actually, I hardly review any shows at the commercial galleries the last couple of years because there's just too many things on in the major galleries. But I mean, if I had to do nothing but commercial galleries, I'd give a pretty even spread around.
Yeah.
Kaliman has good shows. I mean, a lot of people have really good shows. What the Herald needs to do is to get a second column that looks at the commercial galleries and gives them some proper space. I'd be very happy for them to get another writer to do that. I mean, I'm not the least bit territorial. I'd be happy.
And then you could come and be cynical about it with me, like joke while he writes about it. That'd be great.
I'm not cynical. I'm realistic. I still feel quite young. I remember that something that Auden,
you are young at heart.
Something that Auden famously said was that he always felt like, no matter who was there, he always felt like the youngest person in the room. And he had a face like a dried up old bag. I mean, he was the most wrinkled person that ever existed, but he always felt young. And I feel pretty young, but I'm very happy for somebody else to come along with all sorts of youthful energy initiative and to write honest reviews of the commercial galleries.
That's
I'd love
good.
to see it.
So have you gone to the head of the Sydney Morning Herald and suggested that?
Well, it's very hard to suggest anything to the Sydney Morning Herald at the moment because it's all dollars and cents.
Oh, that's so boring, isn't it? Well, I think it's a very good commentary that you've said, actually.
Well, it's boring, but I'm afraid it's the facts of life, and it's very hard to get beyond that kind of dollar-signed wall which tells you what you can and can't do, and at the moment, that's all there is.
But surely there could be just one page, at least.
Well, one day the Sydney Morning Herald will think they don't actually need critics at all because press releases are so much cheaper. And until then, I'll plug along and I'll do the best I can, and I'll try to get somebody else and something else, but it's just you have to be pragmatic, and that's what happens.
The guy who I was meant to film.
I can't believe that Satoshi.
The guy I was meant to film.
Satoshi is an immensely significant figure in...
No, don't shake the
Australian world, the Japanese...
Is this an educational program or
Yeah, it is. It's an educational program.
Are you drunk?
No, I'm not. I've had no drink.
To the movies Metropolis?
Yeah, Metropolis.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
It looks like something like that.
Okay, good.
Lottie Lenya.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I can haircut like that.
All right.
Next time you need a haircut, just let me know.
The same, I feel like you got to get it all down, you got to see everything. The person who photographed everybody inside was Ricky DeMarco. Ricky always had two cameras that he'd be photographing one or the other constantly.
Really? Wow.
Now this is Mr. Moncur. Where is everybody?
Okay, Andy, let's film.
It would be very hard to go past Li Jianting in Beijing. I think Li Jianting has probably got a fabulous collection.
Are you friendly with him?
I've met him, but I wouldn't say I was friendly with him. And, to me, I really missed the boat. At some stage, I should have, become a completely corrupt bastard and have taken advantage of all the wonderful opportunities that came away. Instead, I've retained my tenuous, ridiculous objectivity and remained poor. So the chaser, they're the true artists.
They are the true artists, and we will be seeing a lot more of them to come.
No, those guys, the guys of the chaser, have actually done some of the most irreverent, off-the-wall sort of stuff. And they've done it with a complete poker face, and that's how you've got to do everything. Well, I shall look forward to that, and your next show, we'll do a deal.
Okay, this sounds great. You're on board. All right, see you soon.
Bye.